Hare Krishna, welcome everyone to our Caitanya Caritāmrta class. We'll begin with our prayers. Om Jnanatimrandhasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshuro Nidam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Srī Caitanya Manobhishtam Sapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Padati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचना गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणी जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna, welcome everyone. We are continuing our discussion from Srī Caitanya Caritāmrta. We are on chapter 16, the Lord's attempt to go to Vrindavan. So far, we have heard many wonderful pastimes of the Lord in this chapter. We have heard how Srī Caitanya Mahaprabhu, he first of all gave mercy to Prataprudra Maharaj in the previous chapter. Now, and then there was a wonderful discussion between the Lord and all the devotees, Pulinagram Vasis. And in this chapter, we heard the discussion continues. In the beginning of this chapter, we heard how Mahaprabhu is the Supreme Lord. He is controlled by his devotees' desire. यद्यपि स्वतंत्र प्रभु नहीं निवारण भक्त इच्छा विना प्रभु ना करे गमन. Devotees could hold Mahaprabhu for 2 years from going to Vrindavan. And then ultimately, Mahaprabhu requested Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya and Ramananda Rai that please allow me to go. And then after much consideration, all the devotees with a heavy heart, they gave permission to Srī Caitanya Mahaprabhu to leave. Mahaprabhu reaches Kataka, the capital of King Prataprudra. Prataprudra, he was overwhelmed to see Srī Caitanya Mahaprabhu coming to his kingdom. So very happy, ecstatic. He welcomed, he fell at the feet of Mahaprabhu. He did all the wonderful arrangements for Mahaprabhu. He gave written letters to the government servants that you should always take care of all the needs of Mahaprabhu. He told them, make new boats for Mahaprabhu to cross the river. He had elephants with all the paraphernalia for the tent. Wherever Mahaprabhu would go, they would make nice homes for him to stay. Wherever Mahaprabhu took bath, Prataprudra Maharaj, he gave orders that please make memorial column there, stating that Mahaprabhu has taken bath here. Prataprudra Maharaj told that that is the place where I will take bath and I want to die there. That was the devotion of Prataprudra. And then ultimately, last time we heard, so many devotees were traveling with Mahaprabhu. All the big sannyasis were traveling with Mahaprabhu. Ramananda Rai was there. and Paramananda Bharat, Paramananda Puri, Swarup Damodar, Jagadanand Pandit, Mukunda, Kashishwar, Haridas Thakur. So many devotees were traveling with Mahaprabhu. And then Mahaprabhu, when he reached Kataka, he told Gadadhar Pandit, please go back. And Gadadhar didn't want to come back. Gadadhar Pandit, he had taken a vow, Kshetra Sannyas. Kshetra Sannyas means one never leaves the place. Gadadhar Pandit said, to hell with my Kshetra Sannyas. Kshetra Sannyas more jaukara satal. I don't care about Kshetra Sannyas. I want to be with you. Wherever you are, that place is Jagannath Puri. So why I should go back? I'm not going back. Mahaprabhu became really upset. And he told Gadadhar Pandit, you can't come with me. Mahaprabhu told, please stay in Jagannath Puri and serve Gopinath. Gadadhar Pandit says, your serving you is equal to, serving Jagannath. Having your darshan is equal to serving Gopinath. So Mahaprabhu is saying, please don't leave your service. I'll be implicated. Gadadhar Pandit says, no problem. I'll not come with you. I will go separately. Prabhu lagi dharma karma chhade bhakta gan bhakta dharma ichha bhakta dharma hani Prabhu na hoye sahan. Mahaprabhu can't tolerate that devotees give up their seva and their dharma of serving Jagannath, of following the principles. So ultimately, Mahaprabhu says, you want to stay with me for your pleasure. Mora sukh chahe yadi nila chale chal, amara shapat yadi aar bichu bol. On my words, amara shapat, please don't speak anything else, go back. Mahaprabhu left. Gadadhar Pandit fell down in separation. Sarvam Bhattacharya took him. Ultimately, they returned back. So we discussed till verse number 149, 150. Now the next section is also a very interesting section. Mahaprabhu, he reached a place called as Jajpur. And the Lord, he asked those two government officers who had come with him, please return. So Jajpur is well known in Odisha, and Jajpur is also coming from a word Yagpur. There was a great king Yayati in the past. He had done a big sacrifice there. The great sages had performed sacrifice there. Yayati had his kingdom there. That's why it was called as Yayati Nagar. Then it became Yagpur or Yajpur. So Mahaprabhu reached that place. That time, he told the two government servants, now you return. So then after some time, Ramananda Rai, he continued with the Lord. Ramananda Rai and Mahaprabhu, they would talk day and night, Krishna Katha. It was like ecstasy. Every village, wherever Mahaprabhu went, King Prataprudra had given orders to his servants, please construct me houses for Mahaprabhu. Fill them with grains. And all the servants, they served Mahaprabhu nicely. Mahaprabhu ultimately arrived at Remuna. And there, Mahaprabhu paid farewell to Sri Ramananda Rai. It was unbearable for Ramananda Rai to bear separation from Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu. She actually fell down, unconscious. Mahaprabhu picked him up, embraced him, took him on his lap, and Mahaprabhu began to cry, seeing the ecstatic symptoms and thinking, oh, I'll have to be separated from Ramananda Rai. Rai Ravidai Bhao Nayaya Sahan Kohite na Pariyai Tahar Varnan. Kaviraj Goswami says, Mahaprabhu could not tolerate the impending separation from from Ramananda. It was very difficult for Mahaprabhu to tolerate. And he says, I can't describe the mood of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It is indescribable. The Lord can never, it is very difficult for the Lord to be separated from his devotees. And just like the devotees can't be separated from the Lord. Satsangan muktado sango hatunnotsahate buddha kirtyamanam yasho yasya sakrita karnya rochanam tasminyastadhiya partha sahiran viraham katham darshan sparsha sanlapa shayanasana bhojanai. Just like Pandavas, they could not bear separation from the Lord because they were doing everything from the Lord, with the Lord. Eating, dining, moving around. Wherever they would go, they would take Krishna also. They would joke, they would laugh. How it is possible for the devotees to get separated from such Lord? It was unbearable. Similarly, yayatha mam prapadyante, the Lord also feels like that. Lord can't bear separation from his devotees. So therefore, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as he is leaving Ramananda Rai, it was intolerable for him. But he had made up his mind to leave. Ultimately, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu finally arrived at the border of Odisha. Government officer there, he came, he met Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and he said, and he told Mahaprabhu to stay for 4 days. After that time, this government servant officer, he told Mahaprabhu the detailed information of what is coming ahead. He said, the kingdom ahead is ruled by a Muslim governor. He's a drunkard. And he's so very terrible. Out of fear of this king, nobody can walk on the road freely. He is very, very cruel. And this Muslim governor, his jurisdiction extends up to Pichalda. And because of the fear of the Muslim governor, nobody even dares to cross this Ganga river. Prataprudra Maharaj, he had informed that he had told Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you should please stay with Odissan governors and officers for some time. And in the meanwhile, our government officers will talk to the Muslim governor and make the deal, will make a agreement so that Mahaprabhu can cross his kingdom without any problems. So they're thinking how to make sure that Mahaprabhu is safe. He's Supreme Lord, but devotees, they always feel that we should take care of the Lord. At that time, one of the followers of the Muslim governor, he had sent his spies everywhere. One of the spy of Muslim governor arrived at this place in disguise, and he saw the beautiful characteristics of Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu, his beautiful form, his effulgence, his influence, how he is attracting thousands of people. He went back to Muslim governor and told, a mendicant has come from Jagannath Puri. He has come with many liberated people. Nirantar kore sab Krishna sankirtan, sabe hase nache gaye karo ek randan. And he is chanting continuously Krishna Sankirtan, Nirantar kore sab Krishna Sankirtan. They are laughing, they are dancing, they are singing. And sometimes they cry. लक्ष लक्ष लोक ऐसे ताहा देखी बारे तार देखी पुनरपि जाइते नारे घरे. Thousands and thousands, lakhs and lakhs of people are coming to take his darshan. Laksha laksha lok aise taha dekhi bare. And after taking his darshan, they don't want to go back to their homes. And they were really astonished. Sei sab lok hoye baule rapray Krishna kahi nache kande gadangadi aaye. And he's telling, oh no, all these people when they come take darshan, they become like madmen. Just by chanting Krishna Krishna, nache kande, sometimes they laugh, sometimes they dance, and sometimes they roll on the ground. Gadagadi aaye. And he says, if I'll describe what is happening there, you will not believe it. You have to personally see what is happening. Kahi bar katha nahe dekhile se jani, tahar prabhave tar Ishwar korimani. He says, unless you see, you will not believe it. I can't describe these things. And by his influence, I can surely tell that he is Supreme Lord. So this spy, he was actually Hindu. He was serving for a Muslim governor. So he says, by his influence, I accept him as Supreme Lord. And as he is describing the glories of Srī Caitanya Mahaprabhu, he becomes overwhelmed. He starts chanting Krishna Krishna. Eta kahi sei chara Hari Krishna gaye, hase nache kande gaye, baule rapraye. And he was telling that, these people, they are laughing, dancing, smiling, He starts doing all this. He became like a madman. Eta kahi, speaking all these things, sei chara Krishna Hari gaye. He starts chanting Krishna Hari. Dancing, singing, laughing like a madman. So this Muslim governor, when he heard his spy speaking and behaving like this, his mind changed. And he sent his representative to meet the Odissan government. They were planning to send the Odissan officers, they were planning to send somebody to make peace negotiation. But hearing the description of Mahaprabhu, this Muslim governor, he sent his minister, his secretary. This entire section reveals how powerful personality the Supreme Lord is. Unless we read these things, it is impossible to understand the power and the influence of Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu. Hardcore Muslim governor. What is going to happen to him? That is unimaginable. And how? We'll see how he gets transformed. So this Muslim governor, when he heard, his mind changed. He sent his secretary to the representative of Odissan government. Vishwasvasiya Prabhu Charana Bandila Krishna Krishna Kahi Preme Vihwal Hoila. Now, अभी Muslim government का secretary आ रहा है. He came in front of Mahaprabhu. He offered obeisances. Just by offering obeisances and having darshan of Mahaprabhu, Krishna Krishna Kahi Preme Vihwal Hoila. He also became ecstatic. That was the influence of Mahaprabhu. When Mahaprabhu wants to give mercy, Hena Prema Srī Caitanya lila Jatha Tatha Jagay Madhya Paryanta Nirgatha. And Supreme Lord wants to distribute. And as it is said, Bhagwan dete hain to chappad pad ke dete hain. When Lord wants to give something, how much can we hold? How much can our body hold the ecstatic symptoms given by Mahaprabhu's darshan? So Mahaprabhu, he is distributing. We have heard such type of description in South India travels of Mahaprabhu. Just by taking darshan, Just by embracing, Mahaprabhu is making pure devotees, empowering them. These people in South India, they would become pure devotee. They would go to their home, their village. They would transform their village. Other people coming to this village, they would get transformed. They would go to their village and they would transform their village. That's how this was chain reaction going on. Navadvipe Shakti Naikaila Prakashe Sei Sakti Sanchari Nistarila Dakshina Deshe. So Mahaprabhu, whenever he travels, he shows some extraordinary influence. And that is what he is doing here. Just by taking darshan, this Muslim governor, the spy of the Muslim governor, representative, Krishna Krishna kahi preme vihwala hoila. So somehow devotees, they calmed him down. This representative, he got offered respects and informed the Odishan government official that the Muslim governor has sent me, and if you agree, governor would like to come and meet Srī Caitanya Mahaprabhu. So governor, just by hearing the glories of Mahaprabhu, he developed a desire to meet Mahaprabhu. And Muslim governor, he said, he's very eager. Please be assured, he is not coming for fight. It is a proposal for peace. So please don't fear that. Shuni Mahapatra kohe bhaiya vismay Madhya payavane rachitta aicheke koroe. So when the Odishan government official Mahapatra, he heard, he was astonished. Shuni Mahapatra kohe bhaiya vismay. He was astonished. This Muslim governor, he is a drunkard. Madhyapa yavanera achitta aicheke koroe. This is the mercy of Srī Caitanya Mahaprabhu. He can make the mind of this drunkard governor, Muslim, meat eater, cow killer. He can also develop a desire to see Srī Caitanya Mahaprabhu. Apane Mahaprabhu tare mana phiraila, darshan smarane yara jagata tarila. Who is doing all this? Apane Mahaprabhu says it must be Srī Caitanya Mahaprabhu who has transformed the mind of this governor. Due to his darshan, due to his presence, due to his remembrance, darshana smarane yara jagata tarila. Just by taking darshan of Srī Caitanya Mahaprabhu, just by remembering Srī Caitanya Mahaprabhu, he is delivering the entire world. That is the power of Srī Caitanya Mahaprabhu. When Mahaprabhu is in the mood of giving, then he doesn't think he's qualified, he's not qualified. We heard few chapters back, Mahaprabhu was not giving mercy to Prataprudra Maharaj, such a great king. He wanted to have darshan, and Mahaprabhu said, no, he is a Vishay, how can I give him darshan? People will make fun of me. They'll criticize me, insult me. I can't give him darshan. Sarvam says he's a pure devotee, oh my Lord. He is your wonderful devotee. Whatever he may be, he is the king. So Mahaprabhu, he did so much. He put so many obstacles, so to say, in the path of giving darshan. He was not giving darshan to Prataprudra, who was such a great devotee. And here, Mahaprabhu is increasing the desire of this Muslim governor to see him. So Mahaprabhu has different ways. He performs different pastimes to show different principles. There, Mahaprabhu showed a principle of eagerness. how Lord wants to increase the eagerness of his devotees, how a devotee is determined to get mercy of Mahaprabhu. Yadi say Mahaprabhu na pai kripadhan kiba rajya kiba deha sabho akaran. And we saw how Pratap Rudra Maharaj was so very determined. What is the use of this life? What is the use of this kingdom if I don't get mercy of Mahaprabhu? Yadi Mahaprabhu say na pai kripadhan. And here Mahaprabhu is showing his another opulence of giving mercy to anyone and everyone. आपनी करी आस्वादने सिखाइला भक्तगणे प्रेम चिंता मणि प्रबुधनि नाही जाने स्थान स्थान यारे तारे कोइला दान महाप्रभु दाता शिरोमणि. He's himself tasting this nectar of love of God and he's distributing this to everyone. He's not thinking this is the right place to give mercy, this is not the right place. Nahi jane stan astan, yare tare koiladan. He is giving mercy to everyone. This ecstatic love, which even Brahma cannot understand, Mahaprabhu is throwing this love of God for everyone to collect. Hey Gupta Bhava Sindhu, Brahma na pa eka bindu hena dhana bilaila. Bilaila means he threw. Aiche dayalu avatar, aiche data nahiyar. You can be more merciful. So this Mahapatra, when he saw this desire of king, governor to have darshan of Mahaprabhu, he was astonished. Yesham samsmaranat pumsam yat sadyo shuddhyanti vaikrihat kim punar darshan sparsha pada shauchasanadiphi. Just by taking darshan of devotees, just by remembering devotees, one gets purified. What to speak of? If Lord wants to show mercy, Lord is traveling only to give mercy. Srila Prabhupada writes, Lord Srī Caitanya Mahaprabhu put on anyone's mind to Krishna consciousness. One can be delivered from material existence simply by remembering Srī Caitanya Mahaprabhu's name. So Mahaprabhu, that's the mission of Mahaprabhu. To show mercy, to deliver people. And he is doing it through his devotees. He has done it through Srila Prabhupada. Wherever Prabhupada went, just by his darshan, people were getting transformed. Just by being with Prabhupada, people were getting transformed. One time, one reporter came to Prabhupada and Prabhupada was eating oranges. And there was a dustbin kept at a distance. Prabhupada was eating and throwing seeds. And the seeds were falling right in that garbage bin. And this reporter, rather than hearing what Prabhupada is saying, he's just seeing this. What a perfect aim. And he is getting mesmerized by that. He started coming regularly. And ultimately, he became devotee. Anything a devotee does. Of course, that's Prabhupada. We cannot take it as a preaching strategy. We'll also take 1 kilo of oranges. No, it will not work for us. So Mahaprabhu, Prabhupada writes, he put on anyone's mind to Krishna consciousness. And then that was a conviction of Srila Prabhupada. Whatever is happening, it is happening by the will of Mahaprabhu. It says, without the mercy of Srī Caitanya Mahaprabhu, not even one Malecha or Yavana could have changed and accepted Krishna consciousness. It is only by the grace of Mahaprabhu it is happening. It is only by his grace. Nothing belongs to us. Whenever a devotee goes to preach Krishna consciousness, he should always understand this, that only by mercy of the Lord this is happening. We are just an instrument. It is the Lord who is working through us. And the more we become transparent, the more the mercy of the Lord can go. If we start taking credit that I have made this person devotee, then Mahaprabhu's mercy will not come. Prabhupada writes in one of the purports in that verse, Apana shodhite kori mukhya mukhya jan. Ananta Chaitanya gana ke karu ganan, apana shodhite kori mukhya mukhya jan. Mahaprabhu's Kaviraj Goswami says, Mahaprabhu's associates are unlimited. I am just taking the names of few just to purify myself. Prabhupada writes in the purport, all the activities of Krishna consciousness should be done in this mode. Apana shodhite. Whatever we are doing, it is for our own purification. Our preaching is for our own purification. If somebody goes and say things that, oh, let me go and deliver people. No, it is only by the mercy of the Lord we are doing it. Prabhupada writes, but without mercy of the Lord, not even one Malecha or Yavana could have changed. Prabhupada writes, people, they are often astonished how these Westerners who had nothing to do with Vaishnavism, they are becoming such wonderful devotees. How is this happening? Darshana smarane yar jagata tarila. It is all happening by remembering the Lord and taking darshan of the Lord. Because the Western devotees, they were so very sincere in chanting Srī Krishna Caitanya Prabhu Nityananda Srī Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrindam. They were so very sincere. They got transformed. One person came to Prabhupada and said, Prabhupada, Swamiji, I have heard your disciples chanting mantras. Their pronunciation is not good. Prabhupada said, their pronunciation may not be good, but their renunciation is good. Just by practicing Krishna consciousness, chanting this mantra, they have been purified. Prabhupada writes, by the mercy of Srī Caitanya Mahaprabhu, people are being purified and their consciousness is directed from Maya to Krishna. The more we take shelter of Mahaprabhu, Panch Tattva, the more we will be able to chant the Hare Krishna mantra in right way. Without mercy of Mahaprabhu, it is not possible. The more we take shelter of Mahaprabhu, only by his mercy we are able to chant. Prabhupada writes about this word Vishwas. So this word was Vishwas. Vishwas means the Muslim governor sent his representative Vishwasa. Vishwasa Asiya Prabhura Charila Charana Vandila Krishna Krishna Kahita Prema Vihval Hoila. So Vishwas, who is a Vishwas? He says a Vishwas refers to a secretary and it is generally a person from a Kayastha community. And there was a Vishwas Khana, the secretariat. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur describes that in the time of Muslim governors, they had made a secretariat, which was called as Muslim Vishwas Khana. And this secretariat was made up of people who were very, very trusted. Most reliable people were employed. So this governor had sent this very, very trusted person to go and make this negotiation. So Mahapatra, when he saw, oh, just see this king, this governor, he had developed a desire to see and take darshan of the Lord. Eta boli vishwasera kohila vachan bhagyatara asi karuka prabhu darshan. So Mahapatra, he told this Vishwas, the secretary, he says, it is the great fortune of Muslim governor that he had developed a desire to see Srī Caitanya Mahaprabhu. He can come, but he should come without weapons. He can get 5-7 people with him, but no weapons. So the secretary, he was very happy. He returned back, he informed the Muslim government, Muslim governor, and Muslim governor, what he did. By now, just by hearing the glories of the Lord, this is so very wonderful. When Lord wants to show mercy, just by hearing about the Lord, one can get transformed. He dressed himself like a Hindu and he came to see Srī Caitanya. Now, what is going to happen here is amazing. As he came, he saw Srī Caitanya Mahaprabhu from far. Spontaneously, he fell down, offered full obeisances to Srī Caitanya Mahaprabhu. He had tears of ecstasy in his eyes. He was crying. And when the Odishan government officers, they saw, they respectfully brought this Muslim governor to meet Srī Caitanya Mahaprabhu. He stood in front of Mahaprabhu with folded hands. And what he was doing, he was chanting the names of Krishna. And then what governor is saying, that is really mind-boggling. By now, he has completely been transformed. He says, Adhama yavana kule kena janma hoila, vidhi more Hindu kule kena na janmaila. He says, why was I born in this Muslim family? Adhama yavana kule kene janma hoila. Why I took birth in this Muslim family? It is such a low birth. Why Providence didn't grant me a birth in a Hindu family? Vidhi more Hindu kule kene na janmaila. Hindu hoile paitama tomar charan sannidhan. Vyartha more ei deha jau ka paran. By now he has become completely purified soul. He said, Hindu, if I had taken birth in Hindu family, it would have been easy for me to remain at your lotus feet. But no worries, no problem. Now this body is useless. Vyartha morai deha. Just like Pradhaputra Maharaj is saying. Now what is the use of this body? Muslim governor says the same thing. He says, Vyartha morai deha yauka paran. I want to die. Let me die immediately. What is the use of this body? So as this Muslim governor is speaking all this, this Mahapatra is getting overwhelmed. And he is completely shocked seeing how Mahaprabhu can transform such a person who was a meat eater, was a killer of a Brahmana, killer of cows, destroyer of the Vedic tradition. Mahapatra became overwhelmed. He started glorifying Srī Caitanya Mahaprabhu. He began offering of prayers. He fell down, he held the feet of Mahaprabhu and he says, Chandala pavitrayar Srinama smarane hena tomara yai jiva paila darshane. Just see, oh my Lord, just by hearing your name, Chandala pavitranam. This Chandal, this governor, he was from low caste. Just by chanting your names, just by hearing your names, he has been purified. And he says, just see the power of having your darshan, O my Lord. Ihare gati theki vismaye tomar darshan prabhave mat hoy. He says it is not at all astonishing to see this. Iha egati itheki vismay. What is so astonishing about him? Him getting transformed? Not so astonishing, because simply by having your darshan, this is possible. We have heard the similar words when Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was he got transformed. We have heard when Mahaprabhu and all associates after Rath Yatra, they would go to Narendra Sarovar. They are playing in water. सार्वभौम संग खेले रामानंद राय गंभीर गेला दुहार होइला शिशु प्राय Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya, a very elderly person, the leader of the sannyasis and Mayavadis, now became devotee. Ramananda Rai, another great official, government officer, such a grave personality. Haila Shishuprai, Gambhir Gaila Duhar, Haila Shishuprai. They gave up all their gravity, playing like children. Mahaprabhu kahe so Gopinath Acharya kahe Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu is telling Gopinath Acharya, just tell them to behave properly. Pandit Gambhir Dohe Pramanik Jan Bal Chanchalya Kara Karaha Varjan. Just see these two people, they are very great learned scholars. They are they are great leaders. They are behaving like children. Tell them to stop. बाल चांचल्य करे बच्चे ऐसा कर रहे हैं खेल रहे हैं स्टॉप देम गोपीनाथाचार्य से महाप्रभु मेरु मंदार डुबाए जथा तथा ए दुई गंड शैल विहार की कथा Mahaprabhu, your mercy can drown even Meru and Mandar. These are like small pebble mountains. शुष्क तर्क फली खाइते जन्म गिला जार तारे लीलामृत पिया हुई कृपा तुम्हार whole life this Sarvabhaumi has eaten the dry cakes of logic. You are making him drink the nectar of Harikatha. It is not at all astonishing. So Mahaprabhu can do anything, Krishna can do anything. It is not impossible for him. He has Achintya Shakti, and how his Shaktis work, nobody can understand. So Mahapatra, he is saying, oh my Lord, it is not at all astonishing to see this transformation. And then he quotes a verse from Bhagavatam. यन्नामधेय श्रवणानुकीर्तनात् यत्प्रह्वणाद्यत्स्मरणादपि क्वचित् स्वादोऽपि सद्य सवनाय कल्पते कुतः पुनस्ते भगवन्नुदर्शनात् यन्नामधेय श्रवण अनुकीर्तनात् just by chanting, just by hearing Shravana Kirtan of your names just by remembering your names, just by offering obeisances to you. Shvadopi Satya. Shva other, a person who is born in the family of dog eaters. Satya, immediately he becomes qualified to do yajnik rituals. Kuta punaste bhagavannu darshanat. What to speak of a person who is getting a chance to have your darshan personally? It is not at all astonishing that this Yavana, this Chandal, is showing such ecstatic symptoms. Prabhupada in the purport describes the glories of chanting the names of the Lord. Harer Nam, Harer Nam, Harer Nam Eva Kevalam. Talau Nasteva, Nasteva, Nasteva Gatiranyatha. In this age of Kali Yuga, there is no other way than to chant the names of the Lord. Anybody born in a Shudra family or Chandal family, if they are chanting, they are qualified to become Guru if they are capable enough by chanting, by reading scriptures. If somebody knows the Krishna Tattva, they can become Guru. And then Prabhupada writes something which always has troubled him. Sometimes envious people, they ask us, how can Americans and Europeans who are not following principles, they are not born in Brahmana family, how can they become Brahmanas and Vaishnavas? So Prabhupada writes, They do not know that these Americans and Europeans, they have already been purified by chanting of Krishna consciousness, chanting of Hare Krishna mantra. And then Prabhupada says, those who find faults should read this verse from Srimad Bhagavatam and the commentary of Jiva Goswami on this verse. Jiva Goswami writes that a Brahmana, unless he gets second initiated, even if a person born in Brahmin family, unless he gets second initiation, he cannot do yajna. He has to wait for it. But a chanter of the holy names does not have to wait. They are qualified to do yajna. They are qualified to do all the Vedic rituals. And then Prabhupada says, of course, that we don't allow our devotees to, perform sacrifices unless they are properly initiated, Brahman initiated. But according to this verse, it is already said that a chanter is already more than qualified to do yajna, even if he is not doubly initiated. Still, as a ritual, as a rule, in our society, only second initiated they are allowed. But technically speaking, anybody who has started chanting, they are purified. Aho vatshvapachoto garyan yajjihvagre vartate nama tubhyam te putapahte juhuvu shishnurarya brahmanuchura nama grinanti ete. Another verse by Devahuti. Shopacha, even if somebody is born in the family of dog eaters, yajjihvagre vartate, if somebody is chanting the names of the Lord regularly, understand that they have already performed all the Vedic rituals in the past life. Te putapa, sab tap kar liya hai. Juhuvu, they have already performed all the rituals and consider them to be Arya just by chanting the name. Brahmanuchuranam grinanti ete. So Mahaprabhu, now he is in front of this Muslim government and Mahaprabhu cast his merciful glance on this government. Tabe Mahaprabhu tare kripa drishti kori ashwasiya kahe tumi kaha Krishna Hari. Mahaprabhu glanced on this governor with all mercy and he assured him, please chant Krishna Hari. Srila Prabhupada writes, Mahaprabhu advises everyone through this statement. He is advising everyone, please chant Krishna Hari. And then Prabhupada says, in other words, we should understand, if somebody is chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, he has received the mercy of the Lord. Without mercy of the Lord, nobody can chant. And Prabhupada writes that the Lord's request that everybody should chant is now extended to everyone in the world through this Hare Krishna movement. This Hare Krishna movement is spreading this request everywhere. Please chant Krishna Nam. Ashwasiya kohe tumi kaha Krishna Hari. Now, Muslim governor, he is now a pure devotee. Say kahe moro yadi koila angikar ek agya deha seva kariye tomar. Now this is another wonderful thing which is coming up. As soon as one gets purified by this chanting of the names of the Lord, you know what is the next thing which naturally comes in a devotee? This governor is saying, if you have accepted me, if you have given your mercy, can you please give me some seva? Ek adya deha seva kariye tumar. I want to serve you, O my Lord. Please give me seva. So Prabhupada writes, if one is purified by following Srī Caitanya Mahaprabhu's orders, what is the order of Mahaprabhu? Chanting. If one is purified by chanting the names of the Lord, one must be eager to render service. That is a test. If one is not getting purified, he will not develop a desire for service. If somebody is developing desire for service, that means they are chanting in right consciousness. It is by default. Anyone who is chanting regularly, by default, he will develop a desire to serve. Because by chanting, what are we asking? We are asking for service. Oh, Srimati Radharani, please engage me in service of the Lord, who is all attractive and source of all pleasure. This governor, he says, Go Brahmana Vaishnava Himsa Koriya Chiyapar, Sei Papo Haite Moroho Kanistar. And then he says, Oh my Lord, I have killed many cows, Vaishnavas, Brahmanas. I've been envious of them. Please, please liberate me. Say Papa Hoite Mora Haukanistar. Please liberate me from the sin which I have committed. Prabhupada writes it is most sinful to kill cows and the Brahmanas and the Vaishnavas. But if anyone starts chanting and develops a mood of repentance, chanting is sufficient to purify anyone. It is called Shubhada, it creates auspiciousness. The path of bhakti creates auspiciousness. The chanting is sufficient to purify anyone. It doesn't need to chant for many, many years to get purified. Just the beginning of chanting with pure faith is sufficient to purify us of all the sins. Kleshagni. Prabhupada again writes, after being released from one's sinful reactions, one becomes eager to serve the Lord. That is a test. If one is becoming eager to serve the Lord, that means they are getting purified of their sinful reactions. They have been purified. So when this governor, he made this request, Mukund Datta, he said, Oh my dear sir, please hear. Mahaprabhu wishes to go across Ganga. Please make arrangements. This is your first seva. Now, interesting thing is, Pratap, this governor is asking seva from the Lord, but who is giving seva? The devotee is giving seva. So whenever one asks for service, service is given by devotees only. So Mukundat says, please give him all assistance and help him cross the river. This is your first great order. So Muslim governor, he offered his prayers. He fell at the feet of Mahaprabhu and he departed. Next morning, he came and before that Mahaprabhu, this Mahapatra, he embraced governor and he was very happy to see the transformation of this governor. He gave many gifts to the governor. So next morning, this governor sent his secretary and he sent nicely decorated boats. And Mahaprabhu, he came to the other side of the river. Muslim governor was personally standing there to welcome the Lord. Mahapatra and Muslim governor, they again met. And Muslim governor now, he was so very happy. So this governor had sent many boats. One of them was newly constructed. It had a house in the middle, room in the middle of it. They brought Mahaprabhu in that newly constructed boat. He knew, he is a Supreme Lord. Have to make some new boat for him. So Mahaprabhu, now he bade farewell to Mahapatra. Mahapatra returned. He was crying. This Muslim governor, he accompanied Mahaprabhu. They passed many places. They passed a place called as Mantreshwar. This place was very dangerous because of the very many dacoits and pirates. So this Muslim governor, he had brought many soldiers with him. to protect Mahaprabhu. He took the Lord through all these places, through Mantreshwar, Picharda, and then Mahaprabhu finally, when he reached this Picharda, he bade farewell to the Muslim governor. Viraj Goswami says, I can't explain, I can't describe the ecstatic symptoms of this Muslim governor. Just understand this Kaviraj Goswami, who has described the ecstatic symptoms of so many devotees, he's saying, I can't describe. Tar vidai dila Prabhu sei gram hoite, sei kale tar prema cheshta na parivarnite. Tar prema cheshta na parivarnite. I cannot describe the ecstatic symptoms of this governor. So this entire pastime of Mahaprabhu delivering this Muslim governor is so very occurring. Anyone who comes in touch with Mahaprabhu, and if Mahaprabhu wants to show mercy, anything is possible. Kaviraj Goswami, he ends this pastime by telling, Alaukika lila kare Srī Krishna Caitanya, iha eishune tara janma hadeha dhanya. Alaukik lila kare Srī Krishna Caitanya, Mahaprabhu does unimaginable, uncommon pastimes. Iha shune. Anybody who hears them, tara janma deha dhanya. Their birth gets purified, their body gets purified. They become fortunate. So we'll stop here. We'll continue the further journey of Mahaprabhu to Vrindavan, and which we know he could not go to Vrindavan this time also. We'll see next time what happened. Hare Krishna. Srī Caitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.